And if they'll find this one. Okay, people, I hope you can find me. Please 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 find me. Place, and I know that it's a spirit. On it. This is just really too much. Oh. Hey, baby brown, I see you. I see you, little Joe. Sweet. Sweet. This is so ridiculous. Hearts in praise. Oh my God. This is so ridiculous. I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know why my camera is acting up. This is ridiculous, really. Alright guys, there's a whole of the little technical stuff going on. I set up the thing, and again I went down to I made sure I set it up on the phone, and all of a sudden now I'm going through all these crazy stuff. But thank you guys for coming in. Thank you for being patient. I will get good at this. When I sit at my desk, the camera is way up. So when you look, you're looking down on my head. And I don't know how to fix it because the thing, it can't be fixed unless I use a shorter desk. So I wanted to just go live on my phone and call it a day, and I set it up. And I thought it would have been a piece of cake. I'm looking at it. It says going live now, we're ready. But I couldn't open it. So again, I have to go do my research and try to fix it and try to understand it better. Because usually when I set it up, I go on the computer, I check, I double click, I'm off, I'm in. Now I'm all over the place. I restarted 3 times. That's not nice. But the important thing, guys, that you're here with me, and tonight we're going to have a quick talk about mathematics and reading. How important is reading in math? But before I even go there, um, I dropped a video early this evening, and it's a must watch video because it's yes, it's a must watch video because the soup kitchen is on the move, guys. Thank you, my cousin Ruby. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You will see who the person is over there helping us. And I mean, I'm telling you, in life, as I always say, and I will continue to say, plant little seeds. You don't have to plant big oak trees. You don't have to plant big mango trees. Plant small seeds, and when it's time, they're going to come forth in their season. And I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful, guys. I was so like just so happy, and to see as he went there, he started. As soon as he went there, he just from last night he got to Sunderland, and he just went to work. Today, when Bev Brown shared some things with me, I was so thankful. And so again, I say, my friend, thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Ruby, for sending him there. Thank you for those who are joining right now. Remember to like the video and just continue to lift up the Blessing Soup Kitchen, because it is truly a blessing, and we see how God has really been involved, and soon we will continue to feed those people who are so in need. For those of you who are there, Blessings Faith Movement with Yvette, so great to see you. Please, guys, my little one, little J, please drop the links to me, little J. All of those that you'll see joining us and they have a channel, please drop their links for me. Drop your link, and so also Faith Movement, drop Gully Cox's link. Please drop the links so that people will get the support they need as they continue on this journey. So today, guys, as I said, mathematics is everywhere around us. You all know I'm a math teacher, and I'm passionate about it. I love what I do. I do love what I do. And so tonight I just thought that I would sit and chat with you a little bit about the importance of reading in mathematics. Because a lot of times we talk about mathematics, we think numbers, just numbers. But today I want to tell you that reading, if you're not able to read, mathematics become a confusion for you. And so let's talk a little bit. And so I say, I want to remind you that strategies used in reading are also strategies that are supporters in math. Because when we talk about reading, we talk about making predictions. Yes, you look at a math problem and the way they set them up now in story forms. You have to be able to get into that story and look at the information they give to you and predict the outcome, or make an estimate of what the outcome would look like. When you do that with math, with anything, whether it's in story form or it's just numbers, you're doing the algorithm, it is important that you're able to first estimate and then go ahead and solve the problem. Because when you estimate, it gives you a number that makes sense. And so once you do the solving and you get an outcome, you can say, well, the estimate and the outcome are close, so it means I'm on the right track. Comparing and contrasting. How often we're doing math and they ask us to compare the numbers, the fractions, which is bigger, which is smaller, right? Greater, which is the greatest. Things like those. The same thing in reading. You're comparing and contrasting. How is something alike? How is it different? Right? So those same skills can come into math with you and will help you to understand what you're doing in math. Sequencing. You do sequencing. What is the sequence of events in the story you just read? You also do sequencing in math when they ask you to put things in order. That's what sequencing is about, putting things in order. Cause and effect. Because I spent $50 from my $90, I have $40 left. So these reading strategies, you see how they're connecting in the math also. So a lot of times we send our children to read, or grandchildren or nieces, whatever kids we have around us. We say, go read. And we don't tell them why they're reading. And so tonight I want to remind us that just saying words is not reading. Reading comes with understanding what is read. So just as you're looking at reading, and they have to understand, because on their exams, they're not just asked to read a passage. There are questions that come with reading that passage. Therefore, it's important that when you ask the kids to read, that they have a reason to read. Make a prediction before you read. Ask a question before you read. What do you think is going to happen? Little things like those will help them when they get to math. Math has changed. Math is not just arithmetic anymore. Math is complicated because they wrap things in story form, because they want kids to connect, to see, why am I doing this? How will I use this in real life? And therefore, it's necessary that they're able to read. So reading and writing in math, they have to be buddies. Students who read well can analyze the math problem and find vital information, such vital information to help them understand how to solve the problem. Right? Then they will also be able to find the operation needed to solve the problem. Quantities written in word form in a word problem. If the kids cannot read, they will pass over the word, the number written in word form, and doesn't even know that that thing is necessary to help them solve the problem. And they also, if they're able to read, will be able to answer that question after they do the story, and then they say to you, how many of this will John need? Right? So they have to be able to analyze and to find the information they need to answer these questions. So there's so much reading to be done in order to find the quantities and operations. It's tough. It's so tough when you look at the kids and see, just see them, like you say, 45 times 6. And quick, that kid will be able to multiply 45 times 6 equals 270. Just like that. But that same problem, written in word form, in a story form, John and his two friends went to the mall on Sunday. They had lunch, then decided to shop around for shirts. All of those unnecessary words. They saw some nice shirts which cost $45 each. Right? So they each bought 2 shirts. How much did they pay? Now that is the same problem. That's the same problem they just solved up here, 45 times 6. But a lot of kids, they forget to see that there's each in there, which is necessary, because now it's 2 of them, 2 each. That means they're going to be buying 6 shirts, and the shirts cost $45. But you stand there and you watch the kid who just told you, just like that, that it's 270, sits there and cannot solve this word problem because it's so foreign to them, and their reading is not great. So please encourage reading literacy with your children. Encourage reading, because if they cannot read, they're going to be lost. If you look at the workbooks that they're working in today, you're going to see that a lot of the work is written in story form. When they go to take their exams, a lot of, oh my God, so much word problems. And so it's hard for them to understand. Here's a problem. I know it's hard because Everything is chaotic. So I don't know if we are able to see the problem. But this is a problem I decided to lift from our book. It says Darrell has 36 daisies and 54 roses. He wants to put an equal number of daisies and roses into vases. What is the greatest number of daisies and roses Darrell can put in each vase? I guarantee you, my children will sit there and look and look. And if I had just simply, because for my kids who are struggling, I have to differentiate the work for them. So what I do many times is to take out the unnecessary words, and I try to teach them how they can get rid of the fluff. Because the fluff is just to make the question, I guess, to just confuse the children and make it as simple as possible. Because all that this question is saying to them, find the GCF of 36 and 54. That's all it is saying to them. Find the greatest common factor of 36 and 54. And that greatest common factor, which would be 18, right, is the largest amount of roses they could put in the vases. Some of my kids, they spend so much time on the name of the person. And if they can't say the name, they just sit there and they're trying to figure it. So all of this I have to teach them to ignore and to put their name in the place so that they can go on and continue reading the problem. So reading is essential for math, guys. Reading is so essential. Don't just think that math is math and reading is reading. They're both buddies. They have to both be encouraged because the kids are losing out big time because of their low levels of reading. So please, whoa. Listen, guys, this is just not nice tonight, but I'm happy that you guys are here with me. I don't know. All my stuff, all these tripods, and they're just sitting here just disappointing me tonight. All right, but we're getting it done, guys, regardless of, we're getting it done. We're getting it done. I don't know why my tripod won't stay. It just keeps going south. Like, oh my God, this is so weird. But look, listen, I'm not even upset. I'm thankful that you guys are here with me, and we're gonna be all right. I don't know why, but it's gonna be okay. It's just that this thing will not stay open, and I need it to stay open. And then the tripod keeps going over. But we're getting it done. So with all that aside, guys, thank you for your comments. I'm not reading them right now, but I will. Your reading is a great skill, yep, to help with math, because if you don't understand what is it that they're asking you to do with the numbers, you're just going to be lost. And I've seen a lot of kids who end up just not doing well because they couldn't read and understand what was asked of them. So please empower your kids, guys. It's not just about timetables. It's about understanding what is there nowadays. Parents aren't able to help the kids because a lot of parents can't read. A lot of parents grew up with arithmetic. They just knew how to add their monies, and they were fine with that. Today, they are going so above and beyond with how math becomes complicated, because they're saying the kids must be able to conceptualize what they're learning. So gone are the days when you're doing 1/2 or 4 divided into halves, or divide 3/4 into quarters. Nowadays, it's a whole lot of things. John is making sushi. What do these kids, who cares about sushi really? But they create these scenarios there, and he has 3/4 cups of flour, and if each something needs a 1/4 cup of flour, how many can he make from the amount of thing he has? So kids have to know right there that that's division. You have 3/4, you're sharing it up into quarters. So it's going to be 3/4 divided by 1/4, which now you have to now take from that strategy to keep the first fraction, change the division to multiplication, and flip or use the reciprocal of the next fraction. So all of the story up there, it just boils down to 3/4 divided by 1/4. And so it's not so anymore. And then they go home and parents are confused. They don't know how to separate things and find the quantities in there, find the operation in there. And so the kids are not getting the support they really need. Oh boy, Bev Brown. We did a lot of arithmetic, so math for me was not bad. Thank you. Thank you, my sister. Thank you, Faith. Yvette. Thank you, Yvette. Yeah, this thing is just decided to give me a beating tonight. So thank you everyone for coming in. Oh well, I'm not sure about the copyright Little J plays, because this is from the Seventh-day Adventist hymnal. So I don't know. And what I find out, the copyright thing is this. There are copyrights if you're taking people's work and claim it's yours. That YouTube will knock you for. If people have copyrights on their goods, the thing that I cannot do is to monetize my video with their work in it. So when YouTube hit it and say copyright, they're just telling me that it's somebody's work and they are looking for a portion of what I get from it, or I cannot monetize it. So there's a difference with YouTube knocking you down or penalizing you for copyright issues and them saying to you, somebody claims this and are looking for part of the revenue. So you play your music and give credit to them, and I think that's respectful. Thanks, guys, for finding me. Good night, and welcome. Tonight we're just talking a little bit about how important math is. So blessings, Bev Brown, blessings, Little J Plays. Guys, go over and support. And I always say this, the content might not be what you really, really like, and it's okay, but still go and support, man. Even though it might not be something that you might not be your thing, but it doesn't mean you can't give a thumbs up or you can't do a subscribe and so to help people grow. So go on over and support for me. It means much. So I'm not sure I see any questions. I did ask. Oh boy, a lot of people struggled with math in school. It's not an easy subject, but it's a necessary subject. And guys, we have somebody here asking for prayer for the Palestinians. Yes, we are blessed that we are sitting here and we're not going through. Right now, I was watching this morning that it's not an easy go. Nobody wants to wake up and there's war around them. So prayers go up for all those who are affected right now. We hope that relief will come and that they will be able to get the necessary things they need so that they can go on surviving. We live in a world that is so filled with all sorts of things and so much unnecessaries, and it's not easy. So prayers up on their behalf. And we pray for you guys, and we sit here, we're not in it, so we're free to move about and to eat and drink and sleep, and sometimes we forget. So tonight, let us remember them, guys, in prayer. Lift them up, and so that a new day will break for them. Yes, lift them up. There's a lot going on around the world, guys. And as I said, every day we open our eyes, we need to be thankful. Every single moment, we need to just be thankful. So we cannot ever forget. Wow, blessings, my sister. Here you are. You are here. You are here. I was hoping that as an expert, but I'm glad you made it. Yes. Yeah, we have to be thankful. We can never take things for granted. We should never ever take things for granted, because when you stop any moment, you stop and to just think of the privileges that we have, regardless of what's going on around us, regardless if we only have the last little bit of whatever we have in our cupboards. But at the same time, regardless of how little we have, I saw that, Ibrahim. I did see that yesterday that happened. I did. I tell you, the wars, and to know where it's all coming from. But as I said, we cannot ever forget, because at every step we take, there is a situation that is worse than ours. And so let us never forget to be thankful and to lift up in prayer, whether we know them by name or number, to just lift them up so that God will bring peace and relief for them. So yes, welcome, Ernestine. Thank you, my sister, for joining us tonight. I don't know, Bev Brown. I can be, you know what? I just know that I was working with a little girl yesterday, and a lot of basic things in math, it's just common sense things. Because like I'm working with her, and I was telling her, like, in order to make a mixed number into an improper fraction, that you're multiplying the denominator times the whole number, and you're adding the numerator, then keeping the denominator. And I was saying to her, okay, so you have 2 1/3. Let's change that. And I tried to give that group them the smallest numbers to work with. And we got to the 3 times 2. She didn't know it, so I showed her how to do 3 groups of 2 in a circle, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I said, add those together. How much did you get? She said 6. Now I said, what is 6 plus 1? And she's looking at it and literally just didn't understand it. And I said to her, call yourself the big number. Call yourself 6 and add 1. And that was how she said, oh, she said, I get it. So then I gave her another one. It was something, and then plus 2 would equal to 9. It was something, and plus 2. And I was so pleased to see her. I said, don't you forget, call yourself the big number and then add whatever you're adding to it. Because if these little strategies are taught in the early years, I tell you, as they get into the upper grades, they will be able to manage something. But sometimes I just see them looking at 2 times 4 and wouldn't even create something to show them that 2 groups of 2, when I count them, they equal to 4. And sometimes I feel like I should go back down to like 4th grade, which, it would be hard for me. I like those upper grade kids. I teach 6th grade math, Yvette. I teach 6th grade math. Thank you, Ibrahim. And again, I say prayers up on your behalf, guys. And your families and your friends and everyone over there. Prayers go up on their behalf. So that's our little talk tonight, guys. It's 30 minutes. Sister Ernestine, I hope you get a chance to watch the video I did today, because you're going to be as happy as I am, because we have a master in the house doing, he's going to be doing everything, so we'll get everything done. He does the plumbing, he does the ceiling, he does the windows, he does the door, he does the floor, and we will get a concrete counter where the meals will be prepared, and Beth Brown can put out the utensils that she's using for her juicing and all that. So God be praised. And again, every time I say today in the video, I say God is God, because it's not about us and our timing. It's not about what we want, but it's what He sees fit. He does things in His time. Even yesterday, Bev was saying, "Oh, if He had come from day one with us," I said, "Mm-mm." I said, "Bev, don't say that, because God knows best." I said, if He had come from day one to build up that thing from the gully to come up, would have been it's a big thing. At least somebody got bread, and now He comes in, and it's now He can just get the things done. I am so elated. I am so thankful. Miss Ruby, thank you so much, because she watched me talking about we can't find anybody, and then she texted me. She said, "My cousin dearest, Gully is going up there to finish the soup kitchen for you. He is going, and he promised to go. And I told him that this time he needs to get there." And sure enough, we put things in place, and Bev Brown went to Montego Bay, meet him, brought him up. And yesterday he got there, he FaceTimed me and showed me what he was going to do, what he was going to change. And I said, thank God he went, because he sees it from a professional perspective, and is going to close up stuff and change, just make things how it was supposed to be. And I said, who could it be but you, God? So I'm telling you, people, if you're not spiritual, I'm not forcing people. I'm not telling you to, but I am a spiritual person. I believe and I know, because I've seen so many times when God just opened doors for me, just open them. And so I tell people, I said, that's why I cannot be a mean person, because God has been such a blessing. So thanks again to all the donors again. Hey, Joshua, I see you. Thanks for joining us, Joshua. Thanks to all of you who have donated and have made this possible. I thank you guys so much. As I said, we set up the GoFundMe, and I asked for a certain amount, and we have surpassed it, because especially of one awesome person from a family from the UK, who the giving just keeps giving. And I say, may God have mercy, and may God continue to open doors for you guys, and so that you will never be in need of anything. You will be in wants, because we all are going to be in wants, because that's how it is. But you'll never be in need of any good thing. So thanks again for your support. Thank you so much. Yes. AG, you're here. Oh my God. Thank you, AG, for jumping on. Thank you. Good evening and welcome. I know you're gonna watch it again to see. We talk about reading and math. How reading is important in math, especially in today's the exams the kids have to take. Great to see you. And so you should know that Gullycock is at the soup kitchen, AG, my dear sister. Things are going well. Oh, my AG, my boss. Jojo. Yes, your boss is here and you're here. So AG, yes, Gullycock is with us. He's in Sunderland, and it is so refreshing. I dropped a video earlier. You guys can watch it, because Bev Brown shared. She sent me footage, so I was able to add to it and upload it. So you guys will see what he's doing, and I'm so thankful, because when he spoke to me last night and showed me on the video what is going to change, I said, oh my God, it makes so much sense. So it's going to get done, people. I am so thankful. So Great to see all of us here. Hope everything is okay for you guys. For those of us in the northern region, it's getting cold now. Leaves have been changing colors, and we know it's autumn, so little by little we're getting into the cold. Um, yes, Bev Brown, blessings to Miss Ruby, absolutely. And guys, if you haven't gone over to Joshua's channel, Joshua, could you drop his link for me, please? Little J Plays, Joshua Gabriel. He has a YouTube channel where he does a lot of artwork. So please remember, we also have. Did you drop your link, Yvette? Faith Movement with Yvette. Please drop her link, guys. If you haven't subscribe to their channel as yet, guys, please go over and support them. Please, we all want to grow. I remember when I started out, I needed the support, and so I'm asking that you support them so they can grow. So I don't know if there are any more questions. Yep, so we'll be back with the cooking soon. Thank you, Little J Plays. So guys, go check them out. Little J Plays, she's over there playing her games, guys. She's over there. But each one helps one. I'm telling you guys, when you plant good seeds, listen to me. You plant a lot of seeds, and again, you know what the story says. Sometimes the birds of the air, they come down, they eat some, but they never eat all. Sometimes some drop in thorns, and the thorns choke it. Those are the parables God Christ left here for us, But Him said some of it fell on good soil. Good soil. And they grew up and they brought an abundance of fruits. So just do the best you can do with what you have and watch God multiply it. So thank you again. Thank you. Oh, Bev Brown. Life with Bev Brown. I think she's still in the hospital. I don't think she got home. But we lost Mas Lester, one of the people who used to eat from the soup kitchen. Mas Lester and his wife. Remember those two old people? I loved math, Bev, when it was just arithmetic. I love arithmetic. When I came to America, though, math was my Achilles heel. Because math, as I said, it became complicated. There were things that I should have learned in high school, but I never got the chance to go to high school. Because as I tell you guys my story. All right, AG, take it easy. Great to see you. As I tell you guys, when I passed my exams in Springfield, St. Elizabeth, Granny couldn't afford it. My dad had died already when I was 2 years old. So I didn't have the support to go to high school. So I just went on and do what I did until I finished. And so that was that. When I came to America and when I started the community college, I went to community college first. When I took the entrance, I passed for college English, but I had to do remedial math. And it was a big struggle. I mean, I laugh nowadays when I see how well I turned out as a math teacher. Because let me tell you something, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Just understanding algebra, I couldn't understand it at all. And then when I started teaching, I was teaching 5th grade, which would have been basic math. But then I started teaching myself the long division and the other stuff. And when you figure it out, it is so easy. You look like, what was this? I couldn't understand. Because for algebra, you just need to remember the balance. You just have to remember the balance. That what's on one side of the scale has to be the same on the other side of the scale. It has to be balanced. You can't have it lopsided. And so if you add something over here, you have to add it over here. If something is positive over here, it's the opposite on the other side. So it's like, right, if it's a positive, then you take a negative, you make the opposite, use the inverse operation. And so those little things you have to learn them and practice them, and all of a sudden the light bulb goes on and you say, oh, this is what this is. But it was a struggle for me when I came, and it was a different math. You have to read to find information, so it was a little backwards to me. But then once I start understanding and finding the operations and the things, underlining things, crossing out unnecessary stuff, then it became clearer to me, and so I started to advance in math. Oh boy. I really wanted to work with you guys in my classroom, but I don't have a powerful enough camera to capture my to capture my board as I work on it for the kids. Where I had the camera set up, it's still not grabbing the screen correctly. So I couldn't. I really wanted to just go step, just as I'm teaching the young kids how to do it, then I would have been able to just have you guys working with the fractions, dividing fractions, multiplying them, finding common denominators, doing the models, drawing pictures, and I wanted to do that, but I don't know how I would be able to set it up so that I could have you guys be in there with me. But one day, who knows? So I hope everything might be crooked, but you can see me, you can hear me. So I have to do better, and it's all because it's just me. I just thought I got it this time, and I wasn't properly prepared. But are there any questions? Okay, thanks, Bev Brown, for that report. Oh, Joshua, I hear you. Just take your time. Very good, Josh. Well, as long as you understand the arithmetic, that you can add and subtract, so you can work with your monies. If you work 40 hours and they're paying you 50 an hour, that you can multiply them and work out the amounts, then you know something. I'm just saying, just take your time and build until you can get it. I'm willing to do that. I am very willing to do that if I can capture, like, when I write, that you can understand what I write. That's the only thing. I'd have to set up so that you can read when I write stuff, that you can read it and read it clearly. I could definitely set up a thing right here in the dining room area and just do basic math and build it up. So one evening a week I could dedicate it, maybe on a Friday evening at 8, 9, I don't know. I could do that. So I hope all is well with you guys, and oh no. You see, in those days, Bev Brown, a lot of teachers were like that. They, like, the way they reprimanded us was to embarrass us. I remembered when I remember now, I went to 4th grade. She didn't put me in 5th grade. The principal took me from 4th grade to 6th grade. When we completed 6th grade, she moved me with 5 other students, and she put us in grade 9. So mind you, we didn't get the chance to go around to grade 7 and learn and build, and then to grade 8 and learn and build. She put us in grade 9, and she expected us to do grade 9 work. And we had a principal who was teaching there, Mrs. Farquharson. Mrs. Farquharson, when she'd check your work, mind you, grade 9 was a huge amount of people because kids who finished school, but she let them come back to school, coming back to school. We were all packed up in there. And she would go to the board and she write and she and she and when you do the work and you didn't get it right, she just, all of us who fail, like, she'll give us 6 problems. And I might have gotten 2. You're talking about tough. They call it new math. That's what they'd call it then. New math. It wasn't addition, subtraction, multiplication, finding area of something. It wasn't basic math like those. It was the new math with these writing, this thing, and then you have to solve them. And she'll just look in your book and girl salmon or whatever she called me, and she 2 out of 6 and just throw your book. John Brown, 1 out of 6, throw your book. Then if a kid gets a 0, she would just embarrass them, and tell them, oh, so and so you couldn't, so and so and so, and just embarrass the kid, just embarrass people. So I guess that in itself used to probably make me not like math too much, because just the way she would treat people, and you have to go up on the stage and pick up your book and go sit down so full of shame. But you grow and you learn and you go on and you don't give up. So you don't feel like it. You practice little bit by little bit, Bev, and until you get it. I think you do well, because I see when you send me the receipts and stuff like that you're holding your own. But those days were tough in the 70s, 60s, 70s. There was no heart. A lot of beatings just to get to school late. You got a beating. Ugh. And knowing that you're coming from the far, far ends of the world, you had to leave your house like at 7 or earlier to get up to the school. But you had things to do. You got to feed the pigs. You had to tear out the goat. Sometimes you have to catch the chicken, catch them, feel them if them go and lay that day, put them in the fowl coop so that them not lay in somewhere nobody knows. And sometimes run to the shop in the morning to get stuff. But they didn't care. They just, you need to be at school on time. So we had our share. Yeah, man, we were embarrassed, man. You just creep and go up there, pick up your book with your hand over your face, it was embarrassing. And then when they left, and we had another, remember Miss Banton, they were more lenient. They were teaching us more regular math. They weren't getting in the new math because they themselves couldn't manage the new math. So when that principal and her husband left the school and the new principal came, he hired people, like, they were not trained teachers, but they had passed enough JSC subjects, so they were teaching us. They were not properly trained, and again, tough love is one thing, but embarrassing people for no reason was something else. People, they show their power by embarrassing people. A lot of people are still that way. They feel like, I am in this category, I have this status, so they can talk down to people and treat people badly. But you get more if you're softer and speak with people with more care and more respect. So they weren't my favorite people at all. I remember how abusive they were. That was abuse. They just think that because they were who they were, they just treat people badly. But life goes on, and what I'm grateful for is that regardless of how they used to behave, that I remember when I just started teaching, and we had to do an abuse course. Um, and when I went to do it, I remember that principal clearly, Mistress E.A. Farquharson. I remembered her clearly, and I mentioned her to the people who were doing the training with. And they said, when people are abused, then they become abusers. And I said, I said, well, I'm praying and hoping that I never get to that point to treat people's children that way. Because I remembered how it felt. Never forget, it's years ago, but I remember how it felt. As I always, again, will say it again, that we will forget some things, but we'll never forget how what people do to us made us feel. Sometimes people say a good word and we will remember it forever because it made us feel good. And also when people treat us badly, we remember it. We remember how it makes us feel or how it made us feel. So we just have to be careful. That's all I'll say. Yeah, I prayed. I remember when at my first job in New York, when I went to the principal, and she said, she interviewed me, and she said to me, "What is one thing you don't want to? What is one thing you would not like to bring to the classroom?" And I said, "You know what? I pray and hope that I will not put people's children down or have the ever reach a point where I'm screaming at a kid or putting, because sometimes people got overwhelmed, In New York, when we started there were 34 kids in a classroom. And it can become overwhelming. So I said to her, I hope that I don't bring that to the classroom because I hear it around me. And one day I had the kids lined up to go out and they wouldn't be quiet. And I just stood there and said, "I'll just wait on you." And the AP walked around Mr. Hennessy and he said, "Hey!" And all of a sudden the kids just shape up. And so the next morning I said to him, "What was that?" "Wow, are you serious?" "Okay, Ernestine." And he said, and I realized that there's a difference in screaming at a kid and a difference in speaking to a kid in a firm voice. It's a difference. And I was grateful that he modeled it that moment. I didn't understand it because when he said, "Hey," and everybody shaped up, he didn't scream at them. He didn't put them down. But he spoke with such authority that the kids knew that he wasn't playing with them. And so that is where my strength came from. Mr. Hennessy that evening at dismissal so I'll talk to my kids with a strong voice. And I tell them, "No, you're old enough. No, you are better than this. No, you need to set standards for yourselves. You need to set a value on yourself." So I talk to them like that. But to scream no, I don't scream. I talk to them firmly and have them understand that it's about you. You can do better. You can do well. So life has its things, and we find a way. And whatever we do, we just do it to the best of our abilities. Do it and do it. How do you want to be treated? Do it that way. Think about it and just go do it. Yes, Sister Ernestine. Yep. I don't know if you got to the good part, Sister Ernestine, but that's a video that everybody, I want them to watch it because God is truly God. God is amazing. So many people had trouble with math. I wish I could just do lessons and teach you guys because there's so many strategies. If you try to use the strategies, if you apply them, then it seems like things just open up. I don't know. It just seems like things open up for some of the kids for the basic math. I'm not talking about the complicated word problems because I teach them how to circle things, underline things, and all of that, but it's easier said than done. Absolutely, Faith. Absolutely, Yvette has a faith. Absolutely. And as I said, it's not easy. I don't want us to think that stepping in a classroom is easy, because the kids are challenging. The kids can be challenging. The things they will say out their mouth, the things just to have them open a book to do their work to get their grade. And when they don't do work and you say, "Are you taking a zero today?" And then they will tell you that you gave them a zero. And you have to say to them, "Nope, that's what you worked for. I don't give grades. I give kids what they work for." But a lot of times, we as adults have just to be careful. And maybe again, depending on what's going on at home, then it's hard when you come to the classroom to function in a calm way, because you're already on edge. And so as soon as the kids step out of boundaries, as soon as they refuse to do, and as soon as they talk back, then all of a sudden there's no top. You just fly off the handle, because you're dealing with what you brought from home, and now this, you're sick and tired of it, and it's tough. And so everybody's situation is different, and everybody's situation is different. And so I'm just saying, we never know. We never know. Whoa. Oh my goodness, that's good. So you're one of us. Again, what comes from home makes a lot of difference. We at home, remember, home is the first teacher. I don't care what age the kids come out to school. They come out at 4, they come out at 6. Home is the first teacher. From these kids start talking, from before they even start talking, because once they start moving around and you're teaching them don't touch, you're teaching them, the little things that are necessary for survival in this world. If you're teaching them, just as they're learning to talk and they're learning to grab things and they're learning to, they're putting things in their mouth, and you're teaching them, no, 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 not good, not good, hurt baby, and you're talking to them, you should be guiding them too in how to. Sometimes we give the kids things and you think it's cute. They grab it and they run with it. And it's so cute. Bad behavior is never cute. You have to nip those things in the bud as soon as they put their heads out. Nip it in the bud. Teach them good manners. Teach them. And as they get older, they move something, teach them to put it back where they got it. Teach them the little things. You might not think it's important, but it is important. So teach it to them so that as they get older, you can't teach it anymore. It's to train them. Train them when they're young, so that when they're older, you're not forcing things and then breaking branches. So train them. Little kids now, they cuss, they swear, oh my God, some things coming out of the kids' mouths. You're shocked. Hey, Sandra. Sandra. I am fine, Sandra. I am so fine. Great to see you, Sandra. Hope all is well. Thank you for jumping in. Thank you for jumping in. I'm not sure of what UTAM is saying, or TAM. Oh, really, Sandra? Is it the lighting, Sandra? Thank you, Sandra. Thank you for appreciating. Thank you. Thank you. So, right, my people, I thought I was doing 30 minutes. It's now 1 hour. But thank you for being here with me. I so appreciate you. And all is well. Yes, all is well, Sandra. All is well. I'll drop some videos, Sandra, on the soup kitchen. You need to watch it. You will enjoy. Um, and we're just taking it one day at a time, Sandra. You know it, one single day at a time. It's so great to see you. It's been a while. I hope all is well. So yes, guys, tonight we spoke about math and how reading and math are buddies. So it's good that if you have little ones at home or your children have children and you're involved in their lives, that you're encouraging them and empowering them to encourage the kids to read. Not only read, but make sure that when they read, they're reading with understanding. Make sure that they're reading not just words, saying words because they know them, but that they're understanding what to do with the words and how the words connect to what they read. Because if reading comprehension is lacking, then it creates a problem for them in math when they need to read and dissect math and to find information that is necessary to support their learning. So please encourage. Arithmetic is gone now. Arithmetic is no longer the way math is done. Arithmetic is easy because as long as you know your place value and line up things correctly, you can get away with it. But in today's world, it's a lot of stories that math is embedded in. The numbers are embedded in the stories, and the kids have to know how to find the numbers and the operations to solve the math. So please encourage guys to read and write and do the math. All three of them are buddies. So please make sure that you're encouraging and empowering. So Miss Bevs is going to say good night, everybody. And remember, math is everywhere. Everything we do. How long did I stay on here? Convert it to seconds, convert it to minutes. All of those things are math related. How many hours did you sleep? Convert it to something. And so everywhere you look, there's math. There is math. Find the area of your laptop, measure the length, measure the width, and tell me if I was buying a gift paper to wrap it, how much square footage of gift paper I would need. All of these things, guys, are necessary. So yes, AG, and thank you, AG, for pushing and poking and pleading and guiding, and finally, AG, I finally figured it out. So yes, AG, every Wednesday, by God's grace, I will have a topic to come and hear, and we will talk about it, and you can share your views. So tonight was math and reading, how they're related, how they're buddies, and yes, and we will find a next topic. If you want to put something in the chat that you would like me to talk about, then please do so, and I will find relevant information and come on and have a conversation with us. I want to do some crocheting one night, and then we'll see what happens. But I'm definitely going to work on trying to come on and do some math, if I can set up correctly, so that when I'm teaching it, then people are seeing what I'm doing. I will definitely, because I do have a second document reader here that I can throw on the wall as I do it, or if I have to go up and just do it, then I'll do so. Remember some of the resources for your children is that they can go on YouTube, guys. If your children are struggling in math, send them on YouTube. Um, iExcel, I'm going to leave it in the chat. I'm going to leave it in the description. iExcel Khan Academy, KHAN Academy, good places for them to go and get their share of little math support. Zern is another place that they can get support. I don't know if they have to join. I know iExcel you have to join. I know that Khan Academy they can go on any grade level and go in there and find the math, and it teaches them, it puts videos in there to show them and to support them. Mr. J on YouTube, he does a lot of the math concepts, a lot of across the board. Get on there, use the resources that are available, guys. They have walking around with smartphones in their hand. It's not only for Snapchat and also on TikTok and all these other things. Teach them to use it to support what they need to know, what they're learning. So I put those resources there for your kids if you need them. And also you have my email, msbevsproductions @gmail.com. If you want to reach out, then that is there as well. We're on the soup kitchen. We I think soon we'll see the horizon. We'll see the end because the light is there. It's getting brighter, and we'll be finishing soon. But if those who want to still contribute to continue feeding, those who are in need, which will start as soon as the kitchen is up and done. Seems like Gully is going to put water in the kitchen for us, so I'm so thankful. I everything is appreciated, but just continue to lift us up in prayer, guys. We have come a long way. We're continuing onward and upwards. It's a beautiful, beautiful journey. All right. So make it a great night by choice. I have to fix up this old camera here. I need a new camera anyhow. I don't know what's going on. I set them up correctly, and then all of a sudden, my tripod is like it's broken. This tripod doesn't turn. I had to turn the camera this way, so it's vertical instead of horizontal. It was just too much tonight, but I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it because I like to schedule the live so that people can know and come join us and have a good time. So any questions, guys, I'm here. Thanks to all of you who came on board. Happy to see your powerful faces, and I'm hoping and I'm praying. Thank you, Miss Yvette. Thank you, thank you. And those of you who have your YouTube channels, I hope that little J plays. Please go over there and support them, guys. Support Bev Brown. She is coming. She's growing, but it's so little. But we're giving thanks. We're giving thanks, Bev Brown, for all the support. Faith Movement with Yvette. If you haven't subscribed to her yet, go over there and check her out. Little J Plays, guys. Little J Plays is our own Mojo. So please go over there and support Mojo Jojo. Go support her. Awesome young lady, my little niece. So please support her. And again, listen, I go over there and I'm confused, but I still drop in and I give her a thumbs up, guys, and I just say, ouch, and I leave. But at least just go and show her support. Yes, I grew up in that era too, sis, where we get beaten for getting math wrong. Oh, that was not cool. That was not cool. There was no patience, no kindness. They just thought that we should just know it. But we made it. We're here. We're still here, so that's a good thing. Yes. Yes, little J, I come over and I don't know. You go live and I just come and watch a little bit, and then because I don't even know which one is you. And so I just come and just watch for a moment and then give a thumbs up and just say something, and I'm gone. But go over there, guys. Get right over there tonight and just go support her, and tell her Miss Bev sent you. Tell her Miss Bev sent you over there. But support, guys, support. Each one helps one. That's how we grow. That's how we do it. You alone doing well is never a good thing. You sitting up having steak and all the trimmings, and the others down there looking with their mouths parched. It's not a good thing. So let us support one. Each one helps one so that we can move on. We know Bev Brown. Everybody supports Bev Brown. All right, guys. Thanks for coming in, and I will say thanks again from the depths of my heart. You know, I love you guys and I appreciate each and every one of you. I am so thankful that you are my family and that, you know, you're here supporting. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And hopefully I'll see you on Wednesday again when we will talk about something. I think I'm going to talk about addictions. I think that's what I'm going to talk about the next meeting. We'll talk about addictions. All right, so take care of yourselves and be good. If you can't be good, be careful about what good. Live good and do good to those around you. Treat people the way you want to be treated. And take care, everybody. Good night.